Hi, I'm here with Carol Redlund. She's an executive producer on one of the documentaries being shown here at the Northeast Film Festival. Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Nice to have you. Could you tell us a little bit about the documentary that you executive produced?
Yes. The film is about two factors. Story of Lene. She's a funeral director in Des Moines, Iowa. And she identifies unclaimed remains. And what happened, the producer and the film director, Tom Phillips, a little over 5 years ago, he started doing documentaries at the Vietnam Memorial in Homedale, New Jersey. And he was hearing the story about their experiences in the Vietnam War. And he met the gentleman from Chapter 12. And they told him that they identify remains that are left in funeral homes. And we were flabbergasted, saying,
wow, that's amazing.
There's thousands across the country that are left, ashes are left in funeral homes, whether it's babies, adults. And what the veterans from Chapter 12 do is go in and research, along with the film. Lene is a funeral director, like I said, in Iowa, and she does the same thing and tries to give proper burial service. The other storyline of the film, she was abandoned at birth in the nursery when she was born, and she also tries to find her birth mother.
Wow, that's amazing. And what's the title of the film? You never mentioned that.
Chasing the Dead.
Oh, great title. Excellent title. So does that apply also to the path that she's on, trying to figure out who her birth family is?
Yes, she did in the film. She did discover her birth mother. And the sad part, she met her, and the woman's birth mother said, "I'm sorry, I don't want anything to do with you, because I'm married and I have a family." And it was shocking. But Lene was adopted in the nursery at the hospital when she was born by the nurse that took care of her and her parents. So it was a wonderful, happy story. Devastating about Lene's birth mother. However, Lene is a very smart, positive woman that it devastated her, but at the same time, she moved forward.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that to finally have that kind of closure must have been really good for her. And being involved in this film, it was the perfect backdrop, so it could distract her from just how sad she may have been.
And she's dedicated to identifying cremains at where she works in Iowa. And what Tom and our mission is also working with the Vietnam vets, what they do, and they give them a full military burial on the military veterans. They've identified Korean, Civil War, World War I, II. They just had a service at General Brigadier Cemetery in Freehold Thursday of some they had identified.
That's just amazing. So I never would have imagined that it's that common of an issue.
It is, and what their goal is trying to get more veterans involved to be able to go into funeral homes, because there's some funeral homes that they don't really advertise it, saying, "Hi, we have in the basement 50 cremains."
50.
And it could be 50, hundreds, it could be 20, but every funeral home may have cremains. And so what they try to do is go in and ask if they could go in and identify.
Wow, that's amazing. And so are they primarily ashes, or are they also bodies?
Ashes.
Always ashes.
Yeah. Lene, once in a while in a crypt or something, may find a body, but what Vietnam Veterans Chapter 12 does is all cremains, ashes.
Wow, and is it difficult? It seems like it would be difficult. I mean, when someone is cremated, there's not even any DNA evidence left, is there? Unless there's a random tooth. Is that what they look for? There
could be a random tooth, but it's very time-consuming. They backtrack and look at records, try to find addresses through the funeral home. The funeral home usually will have some information of either a social security number they could or some information. But it's very, very time consuming.
Wow, that is... So is there actually any kind of scientific or lab kind of results that come from the actual ashes?
They sometimes will send something, but a lot of times they identify it on their own.
That is just incredible. Wow. And how long did it take to make the documentary?
Almost 2 years.
So this was happening throughout the pandemic?
Yes.
Wow. Did that present any kind of thing? Is that one of the reasons it took 2 years?
Well, there was some research, and then what started it, Lene saw Tom's previous film is called Unclaimed Remains. And she saw, and that was a reenactment story of one of the people from the Korean War that they found. And so we did a story about it and a movie about it. And Lene saw it, was so pleased with the film, and in her mind said, "This is what I do. I need to reach Tom Phillips." And he talked to her, and when he learned her story, and she's such a wonderful woman, and she was so on board with what Tom and the veterans did that it was a natural fit.
That's amazing. That's happy accidents and circumstances for sure.
Yes, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Very nice meeting you, and your documentary sounds fantastic. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.